All right, what's going on, man? Let's see here. This replay analysis is for BiscuitGalaxy, and this is a GC1 Div 3. It's actually pretty close to my own rank, so I'm not going to give you tips as if I were a higher player, but as if I were your teammate in game, or somebody who's watching from the outside who's not biased. So you say you've been practicing some ones mechanics, that's good. Especially in twos because you have so much space and a lot more touches on the ball than threes. So yeah, you have space and you don't want to rely on one thing. You want to have multiple options and you want to make the right decision while you have the ball. Okay. And you also want to know when to fake challenge and challenge as first and second, depending on where you are on the field. Any other comments of where you're going wrong? All right, cool. So let's get right into it. You lost by one, not bad. Let's see what happened. All right. Okay, first thing I notice is your kickoff. Let's take this into slow motion. I'm not sure if you know how to speed flip yet or not. It didn't look like this was a speed flip. Let's see. It kind of is, but you can kind of see how the top of your car was hitting the ground a little bit, so maybe it is a speed flip. You do know how, but it's just not perfected yet. Alright, what happened here? Let's see. So he got to the ball way before you, as you can see, and he's very centered. Well, maybe not right here, but in comparison to you, he's more centered and he's got more control of the ball. You're kind of way at the bottom, so this is definitely going past you. I'm not sure how. Alright, what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you won that. Let's look at it from his view. So he hits it. Maybe he just didn't. He hit the ball too far to the left. He didn't hit it at centered enough to counter you. It's very awkward kickoff though. All right, you're rotating behind your teammate. Hopefully he. Oh, all right. So let's see. He should be trying to get a touch here. But it looks like he's just going up the wall and he's just kind of leaving it for you. So he essentially did nothing. But you're facing your net when you rotate. So it's unlucky, but you could have also prevented this, I think. So you're here, but then you stop. You just kind of like let it happen, you know? Yeah. You just kind of let it happen, and your teammate's really not helping you out. He's just driving into you, doing nothing. But so what does he think? He's assuming that you're gonna come in and hit this. He's just not gonna go for it. So he's rotating back, and yeah, he's just not gonna go. So you need to recognize that in this position, it's not good for him to try and hit this away because he'd be taking it across your net, and there's this guy waiting to score if that happens. So you just need to go. You just need to not hesitate. You need to stop staring. Just go. Just go for this ball. Keep it in your corner and away from your net. But unfortunately, you own goal. It's all right. It happens. All right. I like the cheat. He wins the kickoff. You get mid. This is good. You're waiting for a pass mid. He doesn't get it, so you turn around. This guy's got another touch. Your teammate hits it. This is not the best challenge. So your teammate hits it. and you turn. All right, this is fine, but look, you're turning on this. He's got full control. He's got possession. You need to respect this. He could easily get an outplay touch over you. If this was ones, if you eliminated this guy and this guy off the field and it was just you and the guy with the ball, this challenge is like all or nothing. You're really committing yourself for this challenge, and you don't get it, and he just gets it over you because he had possession and control. It was easy for him to see you just flying at it, and we can look at that from his POV. So he's got control, full control here, and yeah, he just knows that you're gonna go in, so he just pops it over you. To improve here, um, just go back. I mean, it's either you don't turn here and you just keep going back, and then both you and your teammate are both kind of rotating back, but he'll be able to get a touch next. It's just, yeah, you really got to hit it or don't go at all. All right, you got a potential shot here. The aerial it goes in, but this is not a good shot. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but this is not a good aerial. You're going way too far to the top right of the ball when you should be trying to get under it. So look at your boost. This is a very useful tip in replays if you ever analyze your own. Look at your boost trail in the air. You're going up and to the right, and you're hitting the ball from the right. But why? You're mid. You can just jump and be under this and control it, or hit it once and then do a double, or air dribble it, or whatever the case may be. But this aerial is not good. You're just going way too far up, using way too much boost, just for a little soft touch like that. Look, the ball, you hit it, the ball did barely went anywhere. Barely went anywhere. It's a very bad connection with the ball. So just make sure that we're taking our time with these aerials and jumping at the right time, getting the best takeoff. The ball's here. This guy's not going. This guy just went. He's recovering. Your teammate's not going to go. Why are you jumping all the way back here? You know what I mean? Wait for the ball a little bit on its arc to get like over here into a spot where you can get under it. So I would say don't jump yet. Don't jump yet. And then you get under it and then you do a fast aerial and then go for the play underneath the ball so you have control. This touch, it went in, I think mainly because your teammate got a bump. Otherwise, this should have been saved. Yeah, he got the bump, so that was good, but your aerial could have been much more consistent. That's a good kickoff. Even though you lose it, it's still not in that bad of a spot. This is an easy save for your teammate, and he just gets absolutely destroyed. All right, let's watch this from his POV. Yeah, you see what he's doing? Watch how he turns his car towards the net and then again back. He's looking at the post. Look at this. He's looking at the post. This is awful. And then he tries to go up like on this little piece of wall right here. No, man. That's not good positioning for a save. And then he just gets absolutely dunked. Yeah. So you can see the problem here. He's underneath the ball, but he's way too far to the left of it. And he's also flipping left. So it's just such an easy dunk for this guy. What he needs to do is get more into the center of this ball and flip right. So best case scenario, maybe he flips right and it gets like it's a 50 and it goes to your corner out of danger. So awkward play. How could you have improved? Let's see. Kickoff could have gone better if you flipped more to the right and into the center. Yeah, that's just unlucky. You couldn't have done much other than the kickoff. All right, but you've got the lead. Oh, sorry, you're on black. You do not have the lead. So you're only down one, but there's 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. You have plenty of time. Still losing every kickoff, so you really need to. I have a great video on YouTube that you can watch by Knight Rider explaining kickoffs. I'm not sure if you play ones much, but This kickoff that you're doing it's not that great. You really need to get either more into the center or you need to read where they're going and get more onto the sides. That's an awful touch. They could have easily capitalized. So he's missing, right? Why are you jumping? Ask yourself, do I need to jump in this position? No. This guy isn't even facing you. This guy just went. He's not doing anything on their team. This guy's not doing anything. He's not even facing the net for a shot. So you're just jumping for no reason. And because you jumped, you don't get a great touch. So let's watch that again. You just need to catch the ball here. Don't jump. Just catch it and dribble it. But you need to be aware. You need to look and see. Okay, that guy's going up. Look to your bottom left. You see random right there on your screen. Now you're thinking, oh man, maybe he's turning for a shot. All right, well, fair enough. That's why you jumped. So you need to use your right stick and your transition or your swivel speed. And you need to look and see where that guy is because this is just a blunder, just an unforced error. All right. In your Discord comment, you're talking about what to do when you have space and time. Here you have space and time. So this is where you need to make note of what you're doing with your possession and when you have the ball, what are you doing? This guy's in net. This guy's going to be behind him. You need to dribble this or get a first touch. So a first touch would be let this bounce and then right as it hits the ground, you would like, I don't know, pop it up, go for an air dribble, go for a quick shot or anything. But what you did here is it's pretty much just a waste of possession. It's a very bad flick. It's just you're kind of just flicking it just to flick it. If we watch it in slow motion, let's watch this in slow motion. You have full control. There's a guy in net, guy behind him. You're jumping way too early. I understand you're trying to go for a flick, but yeah, you go for this flick and it just kind of goes nowhere. It's a very easy save for them, essentially. Yeah, he saves that no problem. So I think you can see how you could improve here. Like you said in the Discord comment, you need to make best use of all of your options, and that was not the best option in that scenario. All right, this guy whiffs. You should be looking for a pass mid. You just completely whiff. So consistency. GCs, even myself, this is the hardest part. It's consistency. You're trying too much. You just need to jump, boost into it, and get a pass mid. But also, what is your teammate doing? He's going for a demo because he thinks you might have the shot. Fair enough, but he should have just waited mid. But you didn't even get the pass off, so now you both have to recover and get back. He goes for a pass mid. Good job not going for it. Good patience. Now you have a free ball on the wall. Double chance? Oh, almost. Good try. All right, good job getting behind your teammate here. He gets a beat. You're going to be mid. Ready? Good. All right, little awkward. It works, but your teammate's not mid, so this is a good pass, but you need to also consider when you're going for passes in twos like this, or just centers, you need to ask yourself, where is your teammate? You see him right here in front of you, in their corner. So this pass mid does nothing other than give them a free ball. Now they have possession and you're not back. So what else could you have done here? You need to stall for your teammate. If your teammate is not behind you in twos, you need to stall. And this is a good, decent job, but maybe you should have just hit this up on the wall like you did. You pop it up, but then you don't go again. Maybe you just drive down the wall and wait and see what they do. Because this just does nothing other than pass it to him. So one of the main things you should focus on from this replay is possession. Don't give it up for free. And stall for your teammate when you can. This is good. That's a good 50 down mid. Your teammate misses, you need to get back ASAP. You're going to be the next touch. Good. Very good. That works. You're ready. You're ready. And it's just in. All right, tied game. All right. Yeah, I like this. Maybe you could have gone, but you probably would have gotten beat. So it's good to turn back. Be safe. Okay. This is a good save. One tip I do notice is that you just drive straight back to the net. Notice how you're facing directly at the net. It'd be much better for you to loop, like to do 1 second. Here we go. To hook around as early as possible, like this, into a shadowing position. And you do that, but you just don't do it as early as a pro would, I would say, or higher ranks. So you can see here, you do that. You hook right here. You hook right here. But it'd be better if you did that earlier, so you're not facing your net in a shadowing position. You want to come at a hook and at an angle. It's much easier to save. But you got the save, so let's keep going. Interesting. I think that just comes down to training packs with wall shots and just your comfortability in jumping off the wall in general. This is just not a good touch, as you can see. And there's usually two parts to a shot. It's your first touch and then your finishing touch. So your first touch there just was not good enough for the setup to keep dribbling across the map. And that just takes training packs and time to get better at. All right, your teammate is in front of you. There's a guy with the ball, possession. You need to stall somehow. All right, he gets a demo that works. Not the best 50, but it goes to your corner, which is very good because the corner is like it's like a graveyard. It's where you want the ball to be when you're on defense. Um, that way they have much less of a chance of getting a shot. All right, your teammate's gonna have possession here. You're behind him, which is good. You're ready. I like it. That's kind of a giveaway. Yeah, he's gonna demo you, but wait for this ball to come down. Just wait. It's again, this is one thing I'm really noticing with your playstyle that I think if you made a conscious um, try to improve this in games, then I think you would improve a lot. You're just jumping too early when you don't need to. Like you could have waited like a second longer before jumping. Wait for this ball to fall and then catch it. Yeah, he's gonna try and demo you, so I do understand this, but you could have just let him drive by and then take control. And you might be wondering like, okay, I mean, this is still good, but in the end, you're still giving away possession. All right, that was close, but you did have to challenge here, so good job doing that. Just recognize in this position, his touch right here, he doesn't have one. He is behind the ball, no longer under it. So the only place this can go is down. And you're jumping too early again, you see? If you just keep driving and then jump right as he hits the ground and for the pinch, you would have had it. But instead, now you're on top of it, and it's very awkward. Yeah, you're like on top of it instead of behind it. That's way too difficult of a shot for you to read. You're jumping too early again, and yeah, you hear this guy to your left going, but look, he did nothing. I'm not sure if he was trying to bump you. Was he trying to bump you or go for it? I can't tell. Yeah, okay, so he was just whiffing, like he did nothing there. So you can just ignore him. You go for this and then you jump way too early. Wait for the wall bounce to see where it's going. Then you have a better idea of how you need to jump and position yourself to get a good redirect on that. Teammate gets a pretty poor touch. You're both rotating back. All right, good job, you go. There's a good first touch off the wall. But the follow up, not so much. You kind of just threw it away. Like you'll see pro players and stuff, they'll dribble this. They'll just slightly get little touches on an air dribble, letting go of boost when they hit it, and then they'll just drop to the ground and catch it probably. But this works. You're getting it forward. So, all right, your teammates demoed. You're next. Don't just dive in. Good job. Forced out a bad flick. That works. Your teammate should have it next. He gets a very, very bad touch. Great job getting in between him, in between the ball and the guy shooting. Decent flick from your teammate. All right, your positioning here is a little awkward. I would stop right here. Just stop and wait and see what happens. Instead, you keep driving into their corner, and then it bounces off the post, and you're way off here. You're way out here. Look at the positioning. You and your teammate are in the same area. If you think about, let's see. I once learned in Rocket League that you can think about positioning like, oh no, I messed it up. You can think about dividing the field into different sections, and you don't want to be in the same section as your teammate. So let's see if I can get this marker here. Hold on. All right, so let's divide up the field into thirds. That's not a third. Will be like one here, one here. All right, you're in the same area as in the same square as your teammate. It's not good. You want to be somewhere here or somewhere here to react to whatever happens in the goal. Because if you were here, you could swing this way for a shot. If you could here, swing this way for a shot and take control. So you're way, 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 way too close to your teammate here. And they could have a shot, and you go again and you get beat. So what did you do here? You just dove in. You dove in without respecting his flick. You're just trying to, get in the way and put yourself in between him, but this is not a good challenge. And it's over you. Thankfully, your teammate's back. Okay, good job. Teammate should go next. Good. So this is 2-2 with a minute left. You need to play safe. You need to assume that your teammate's going to miss and not play this best. That's a double commit. This should really, really be punished. So let's see, where's your teammate? Behind you. So you go, your teammate's up. Does he have it? Not quite. They got an interception. So just look at this. This is a double commit. This should really, really be punished. You're driving too far to the right whenever this guy's going for a shot and hitting it left, and you realize that too late. So really try and pay attention to your opponent's cars and which way they're facing and which way their boost is going. That'll tell you what their intentions are and how you can position yourself accordingly, or how you should position yourself accordingly. All right, good 50. Very awkward from your teammate, but he's still got control. Still got control. This is all you. This should be a goal. I'm not going to lie to you. This should be a goal. In GC, if you want to win and improve, you can't miss shots like this. You have to be consistent. So what happened? Yeah, you just whiffed. That was very, very close though. But let's see how you approach the open net. How do you approach this shot? You're again jumping really early, but you jumped, I wouldn't say too early. You still have it. But if we go in slow motion, we can probably see what you did wrong. Easier. So your goal here is to get above this ball when it bounces. So it bounces, you're above it, and you hit it straight in a power shot. Bounces, boom. But what happens? It bounces, and you're like when it's bouncing, you're above it, but you're too far back. And you're not hitting it with the top right corner of the octane of your car right here. Your top right wheel and this your hitbox, the top right of your hitbox is the where you can get the most power. You're more so hitting it with the side of your car. Like, yeah, you do hit it right here, but not ideally, and it barely goes anywhere. So, again, I think one of the main things that you can take away from this replay analysis is how you're touching the ball on your shots. Like when you're going for a shot, how are you hitting it? On what part of the car are you hitting it? And what was your takeoff like to get to the ball in the first place? It's kind of like a two-step process, like I said earlier. Your first touch and then your executing touch. In this one, the executing touch was your first touch because it was bouncing and it's an open net. It's just one shot. But I think you'll be able to see now what you're doing wrong on these shots because that really should have been a goal. Good interception. You have no boost. You really shouldn't be jumping. You should just rotate back or pick up pads in the area. All right, overtime. You still have a chance to win. What do we do? That's a much better kickoff than the ones at the start of the game. Good save from your teammate. You're behind him, covering net. All right, you're going a little slow, but it's because you're playing safe. And I think that kind of threw your opponent off because he had the control here and then just messed it up. But I'd like that you didn't just dive in because your teammate's in front of you. He's not recovered yet. You need to stay in cover net. So good job rotating back. Well, not even rotating back, but just turning back and preparing. Okay, decent. Decent, I'll say. Oh, that's just tragic. All right, you want to know what you're doing wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. Watch, your teammate gets a clear. He gets bumped. The other guy has it. He just dives in. He shouldn't have dived in and jumped here. Oh, wait, is he on the wall or did he jump? I can't tell. All right, he gets a touch. He jumps. He should not have jumped. He should have just turned. He just took himself out of the play, overcommitted, and he's leaving you in net. So he's leaving you in net. It's just you. You need to stop. Again, why are you jumping here? Why are you jumping that early? You're jumping before you know the outcome of a play. Wait, 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 wait. Now jump. Like, jump right before he hits it so you can get a 50. You're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, you're jumping. You're just too slow. And I don't think you fast aerialed. You have to use two jumps here. You did, but they were too close together. So you jump. You need to jump, tilt back even harder. You need to tilt back harder here. Tilt back, tilt back. And you also you jump, tilt back, then press A again to jump for your second boost for the fast aerial. This guy just pretty much dusted you and got the pass mid to win. So let's see from his perspective how he got this past both of you. Past him, he jumps. Your teammate's out of the game. It's all on you, and he double jumps. Look at his jump versus yours. Jump, jump. He jumped, he tilted back, and then he jumped a little bit later. You did your jumps consecutively too quickly. He did his better, and that's why he got higher and quicker, and that's why they won. So, to wrap everything up, I think your takeoffs need serious improvement. Deciding when you're going to go for the ball, you need to make sure you have the ideal takeoff. You're as close to the ball as you can be before jumping, and you still end up beating your opponents and getting the touch you want in the direction you want. And then so your takeoff and then your first touch on the ball or your executing touch, you need to make sure you're using the corners of your car and hitting it as best as you can. Because there were kind of some duds in this game where you could have probably had a couple goals, but you didn't because the shots just were not very ideal. So that's the main thing that stands out to me. I really like some of the turns you did to stay on defense instead of overcommitting, taking yourself out of position, taking yourself out of the game. I like how you turned around and stayed defensive. Overall, you played a great game. It's just your shots, your basic shots could really use some work and connecting to the shot and how you get to the shot. Um, so yeah, when you have space, you have the right idea. It's just you're not executing it correctly. I hope that makes sense. Um, the fake challenges, I didn't really notice too many opportunities in the game to do that. There was that one shot where you kind of just dove in. Where was it? I don't quite remember where it was. But he was going for it, and we talked about it earlier. He was going for it, and he had control, and your teammate wasn't back yet, and you jumped, and you just got dusted, and he hit the outplay over you. On something like that, maybe you can fake challenge and rotate back with your teammate, like I said, and hopefully your teammate can get on the wall and save it. I really wish I could find where that was. I don't really remember. I'll have to rewind the replay and look. But yeah, those are my tips overall. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if there's any questions about like a specific thing that I said, let me know. But hopefully I showed you where you were going wrong and how you can improve your shooting to score more goals. Thanks.